Hey guys, welcome to a horror visual novel called The Way We All Go. That's all I know about it. Um, okay, so there's no setting to make this full screen, so okay, I really think you should tell her, you know? I know, but are you scared? My eyes flicker open. I wake up at the compartment of a train. I wake up and my head is leaned back against my seat, a strain of drool dripping from the corner of my mouth. Ugh. What? Wincing, I wipe it away with the back of my hand. Drooling at my age? This isn't very mature. I thought I stopped doing that when I was a kid. I need to get together. We're like an adult. That's what I keep telling myself. But it never seems to work out. That's partially why I decided to take the ship alone. But this isn't some kind of crazy coming of age, quest for maturity kind of adventure, though. I'm not going to go to far off lands and slay dragons or pull swords from stones or anything. I doubt I could do that even if I tried. I'm just going to visit my grandparents who live all the way on the countryside. That's all. Still, I think it'll be nice going back home. I've only been away for 2 years, but it feels almost like a lifetime. I wonder if anything will be different. The 2 years might seem like a short amount of time, minuscule when you consider how old the Earth is, but little things could change in a period of only a few days, let alone years. I hope Amy's okay. It'll be strange me seeing her face again. She sent me some photographs, but a photo isn't the same as seeing the person in real life. And I wonder. I lean my head against the window, staring outside. The rough movement of the train jerks my head against the glass, bumping my forehead and knocking my teeth together so they chattered, but I disregard it. I can see fields, darker blue under the evening sky. I'm not in the city anymore. I'm far away from my new house, my new school, my new friends. Miho and Yuna. What are they doing right now? Saki was a lover of horror stories. Miho, who always scores the highest at karaoke. Yuna, who always wears red ribbons in her hair and keeps falling asleep in class. But these idle thoughts soon fade away. I'm going back home, and maybe I'll see her. She was always so quiet, never talking to anyone other than me. Will she be any different now? I hope she's at least made a few new friends. If she hasn't, then would it be my fault? No, this no good. And why am I worrying already? I haven't even made it to the village yet. Stupid. I chastised myself, shaking my head in an attempt to dissuade my steadily and mounting feelings of guilt. I don't want to ruin my trip before it even begins, but if I did, it wouldn't be too surprising. Maybe I deserve to feel bad. I should have told her. Why didn't I tell her? Because you were scared. I muttered this under my breath. It doesn't matter. Nobody can hear me. I'm the only person on the train after all. Wow. Darling, welcome back. It's good to see you again, lad. You went ahead with your luggage? I stand outside the suave, dilapidated train station, gripping my single suitcase tight in my hand. Since I'm only going to be here for 3 days, I didn't bother to pack lunch. I can make do with only a few pairs if I don't wear my pajamas. I don't need anything else. My grandparents are standing before me. They come to greet me at the station with wide smiles, comforting in their familiarity. Their home is like 5 minutes away from the station, so they didn't need to bring the car. This is probably a good thing. My mother used to say my grandfather's eyesight is getting worse and worse. Nowadays, he can hardly read the newspaper with the aid of his thick glasses, which he hardly ever wears, given he keeps losing them. And yet he's still allowed to drive a car, so he frequently does, according to my mother. It's just so he can feel superior to other people. At least it's a fairly rural area, so there aren't all that many cars around the hit. You don't need to carry anything, Grandpa. I'm good. Every time that my grandfather smiled on a little show of lifting in my suitcase, it's proved that I can handle it. He, however, seemed skeptical. Nonsense. She made all the effort to come out here, not on that blessed train, so you must be exhausted. I'm fine. I'm not a child anymore. Grandfather peers at me, frowning. Maybe he's trying to verify the validity of my statement. I wonder if he's forgotten how old I am. What's this? You still look like a youngster to me. Hey, I am 16. I'm older than 60. The gulf between us is as wide as the Kikami River. My grandmother giggles. Come now, dear, don't be silly. You're getting old and your eyes are what they used to be. Nonsense. My eyes are just fine, Chio. And yet you keep wearing that ugly shirt. This shirt isn't ugly. It's very cutting edge, I'll have you know. All the youngsters are wearing them. Our dear grandson isn't wearing one to his detriment. It enhances the man's natural charm and shows off his true character. It shows he's starting to get senile, perhaps. Chio, you can be very cruel mistress. Don't bully that Chen too much, you old bore. I'm just saying it like I see it, Chio. That me, he'll always Oh, we looked like the chick though in that window. Anyway, always be a brat. On the contrary, I think he's going to be rather handsome. Handsome? I don't think about that. Well, you know what they say, good things come in small packages. Of the way I see it, you're just being modest. I don't know if being short is the same as being modest, but lack of height was a conscious decision I made. If anything, I'd like to be a couple inches taller. Then why I want to get teased so much. Being the shortest boy in the class can be pretty depressing. Nobody likes being picked the last when teams are being formed in PE, and nobody likes being laughed at. I'm not really modest, you know. I think you are. You're just proving my point, dear. Well, our area has raised you. Well, you're such a little gentleman. Little being an operative word. You must get it from your side of the family, Chio. You always been tiny, haven't you? Hey, my phone just died. Oh, well, okay, yes. I simply have a weak constitution. See, even though he's 2 years older now, he's still a runt. I think you should let me carry your case, lad, if it's for your own good. No, I'd feel bad. You don't need to put yourself out for me. Grandmother grins, beckoning me close. I follow her crooked finger. She leans it towards me, whispering in my ear. Don't mind him there. He just wants to show off. Let him carry your case. I'll give him something to boast about with the neighbors later. Oh, well, if that's how it is. Oh, no matter how old this man gets, he's just a child at heart. Grandmother and I laughed together, co-conspirators, before I turned my attention back to grandfather. Alright, I reconsider. I guess I'm a little tired from the journey, so you can take my case if you want. Excellent. I see you talk some sense to him, Gio. You used your feminine terms, did you? Even at the age of 80, I still have it on me. It must be all the homegrown vegetables we eat. They're good for your skin, but the vegetables at the so-called supermarkets. You got that right. No, tomatoes taste as good as yours, Chio. Wow. That's our great parents out together. Sunday so carefree, I feel something lift to the pit of my stomach. Could it be anxiety? I started to get worried during my journey here, but maybe those fears were unfounded. Simply seeing my grandparents that made me feel more at ease. I guess I really do belong here. It's where I was born, after all. Okay. How was the journey here, darling? It was fine. It took a while, so it was a little tiring. But other than that, yes, it really is a long journey. It's 6 hours or so, isn't it? Something like that. I had to change a few times, so I went around them for a while, so maybe it's more like 7 hours. But great weather test just improving like you poor dear. You must have been dreadful. You need to eat more. Here, take this. Thanks. Look at my bloated plate with suspicion. Even though grandmother said all that stuff about me growing up in handsome, did she really believe it? If she did, why did she produce so much food? It's almost like she's trying to feed me of a starving kitten. There aren't many people on the train, though. For the last 2 stations, I was the only one. It wasn't too stressful. Oh, well, this is a very small village. But not many people come up here. More people have been leaving. Huh? But why? Because there aren't enough jobs to go around. I mean, there's no reason to stay. Not most of what's left is here just us old people. It's sad, really. I don't think I should ever like to leave. It's just so peaceful, and the green beans that grow in these bars are the best you can find. He can. I mean here they're going to discontinue the train line here. I guess it makes sense. It's hardly ever used if the curtain jerk is getting old. Huh? That really is sad. I pick up my dinner despondently. Even though I don't live here anymore, hearing that this village is starting to decline is just a little depressing. All of my childhood memories are created here. Every single precious moment of my youth. Going out for walks in the forest, catching cicadas in the summer with a net and an empty mayonnaise jar. My age struggling again slightly unrealistic plans to build a treehouse with Emu, which had never managed to become reality. And, of course, there was her, my best friend, Noelle. She's probably the girl I see on the thumbnail right now of the game. That makes sense. Okay, hey, Chan. God, it's been too long. Sucky's voice wry and quietly sarcastic as they ever comes to me on the other side of the phone. The phone in my grandparents' home is fairly old and more of an antique than a fully functional means of communication. It distorts her voice just as ripples across water and more reflection. Even so, I recognize it. How could I not? That could have told could only belong to the Saki I know. I sort of with a certain amount of fear, love. I smile, shaking my head. She's acted like she hasn't seen me in years. It hasn't been that long, only a couple of days, but it feels like an eternity. I've been so bored. I'm sitting on the floor across the lake. The cords of the phone is snaked about in my lap. My hair is stained from the bath and my face feels slightly flushed. I think I used a little too much hot water. I have always loved hot baths ever since I was a kid, but sometimes I go overboard and emerge from my long soaks on uneasy legs, my skin bright pink and puckered like a prune. A yawn holding up my one hand against my mouth as shifts slightly, balancing the phone against my shoulder and the crook of my neck. How could you be bored? You have all those brothers and sisters to look after, don't you? Don't remind me. I only just got them all out to bed. It's so unfair. If my parents were to go off on a romantic holiday, they should have I thought twice before having so many kids. Well, I should have to stay behind and look after all of them just because I'm the oldest. But you wouldn't have wanted to go on a holiday with them either, would you? With my parents, of course not. I'd rather die. Did you know they're gonna have gone to Okinawa? Who wants to go to Okinawa? I went down to Scotia a few years ago, and it's a complete tourist trap. Techy merchandise everywhere. It's also bright and noisy. Not to mention the weather. Saki has a very proud complexion, which she guards jealously. She always slathers us good sunscreen inches thick, wherever as so much as single glint of sunshine can be seen peeking up behind a cloud. And I don't know why they're so unhappy. If you didn't want to go with them in the first place, there's no problem, right? So principal's the thing that's I'm hurt. They didn't even invite me because they knew you wouldn't want to go, but I still would have liked an invitation. They would at least have given a vague illusion that my company is in high demand this holiday. What about Miho and Yuna? You know what to say with their big sister for a few days at Miho's out camping with their parents. Saki sighs. This is so pathetic. I'm the only one who doesn't have anything to do. Not a single thing. But I think your silly is a noble job. Yeah, noble. Saki laughs dryly without any trace of humor. If you think what you read ends up hiding for hours on end is noble, then sure. I kind of like Tidy. I had the whole series on VHS. I used to rewatch it regularly, even up until my early teens when I was feeling bad. This is the my mother rummaged in my bedroom when I was at home with doing my old VHS types out. I was pretty sore about that at the time, and I still am, actually. Most of those shows, they don't get aired on TV anymore. I liked it too, but that was when I was about 5. But most of your siblings are 5. I don't know, it's so depressed I could scream. However, I would refrain because that will wake up those monsters again, and it sounds rough. You have no idea. You haven't known the true torture until you've had the task of putting 4 young children to bed. Having made Saki's siblings several times during my trips to her home, I know better than to berate her. Although I'm genuinely like young children, Saki's siblings are something else altogether. They're more like gremlins and cute kids, and they're so loud too. It's still wonder Saki always has such dark bags under her eyes, living in a small home full of tiny children, prone to waking up in the very early hours of the morning and slipping into their big sister's bed must be incredibly exhausting. It's getting so bad that I'm starting to think Okinawa would be better after all. Okinawa, what a joke. Why could they go somewhere classy like France or Italy? If it absolutely has to be Japan, then Ginza would have definitely be the best choice. My parents like it, it. It's just a style. None whatsoever. A sigh, anyway. I hope you're having a good time at least. I'm not entirely sure yet. I only just got here. Your train journey was that long? Yeah, like 7 hours or so. I would hate that so much, being crept up and unchecked with strangers coughing on me. It really wasn't that bad. It was pretty quiet early. That's good, I suppose. Weather can be set for my day. They pause. Hey, Chan, what is it? I hope you have a good time on your trip. Honestly, I'm not just saying it. Yeah, I know. I hope you get along well with your friends, your old friends. And, I so far I'm trying to get comfortable with my bare feet toes, which are starting to feel strange, slightly heavy. Have they gotten them from sitting cross-legged on the wooden floor for so long? If you're full overwhelmed, you can always call me. I probably won't be doing anything interesting. If anything, I'd appreciate having somebody to talk to, other than the mothers at the local playground. Sure, I'll try to keep in contact if I have time, but I am going to get back in 3 days. Just try to hold out until then. I'll do my best. 3 days of endless hottie reruns and pillow fights and takeout pizza. I'll have to grin and bear it, I suppose. Not that Saki grins it very often. They would conflict with their pale-skinned, dark-eyed, and total clean of the night appearance. Oh, one more thing. Make sure you bring me back a souvenir. I need some kind of excitement lingering in the horizon to get me through this living nightmare. Otherwise, I might stab myself in the eye with a wax crayon. Well, okay, that was our interesting phone call. I lie in my futon staring up at the living room ceiling. Since my grandparents' house is pretty small, there's nowhere to put me other than here. Still, I don't mind. It reminds me of the times when I was a child. I used to stay here overnight when my parents were busy. I would lie on the same futon in the same living room with the light turned on, reading comics and eating slices of stolen tangerine. My fingers would always get stained with yellow from the end of the tangerine. I never had to force it to wash out before I went to sleep. But grandmother would see my yellow fingers in the morning to see my missing tangerines, but she never scolded me. Instead, she asked an overly theatrical total of surprise. "Well, the tangerines gone?" I say, "I don't know, maybe it was a bear." They were really fun times, but I'm not 10 anymore. I'm getting older, and I'm too big for this futon now. The tips of my toes are poking up on one of the sheets. I close my eyes and curl up into a ball listening to the sounds of the cicadas outside. The windows are all shut, but I can still hear them. It's just that I forgot after living in the city for so long. The small details vanish from my mind as though they were never there at all. No matter where you live, there's always background noise in the cities. There's cars and drunken arguments at 2 a.m. outside your apartment. In the countryside, is cicadas in the wind. I snuggle under my blanket. For some reason, I feel cold and not just my toes. All of me, my whole body. I shiver. Maybe it was the weather. Maybe it's my mind. I probably will be thinking things I always do, thinking about tomorrow, thinking about her. I should have told her. Why did I tell her? That's the last thought I have before I fall into a deep, dreamless sleep. Oh, wow. This is pretty good so far, even though it's only been over 15 minutes. Sunlight shoots through the window. Oops, I see my headset. I can feel it's brushing against my face, trying to stick itself through my closed eyes. I curl up even tighter in a ball like a hibernating hedgehog. That new day crept upon me far too fast. I haven't had any time to prepare myself yet. I'm so tired, my feet are cold. That's what I get for sleeping on the futon, slightly too small for me, I guess. I can't hear any cars, can't hear any people. Everything is still quiet, maybe too quiet. I start to fantasize, make up imaginary scenarios of natural disasters, nuclear wars, and the zombie apocalypse. But I have all the people gone, and it takes me a few moments to remember where I am. I'm not in the city anymore. I sigh, breathing in cool country air. It's invigorating, waking me up through more thoroughly than a bucket of cold water could. Now then, where should I go? Who should I see? Eva told me that later every since a few days ago that she was going to spend most of the night, most of the golden week working at a Paris cafe. This whole 11 a.m. It seems like she should be there. In that case, if I went to Paris, I should take my whole. Oh, my other phone went off. I should take my old bike up to my grandparents' back garden and take it for a ride. It takes about 40 minutes to reach the town where the cafe is by the bike, probably slightly longer if I walk. But I haven't been on a bike in a long time. Thinking about it makes me feel a bit nostalgic. The wind in my hair, the scent of the flowers in the fields, the earth under my tires is an enticing idea. But on the other hand, there's always Noelle. I definitely owe her a visit. And yeah, it's been so long, I can't help but feel anxious. But I know one thing is certain, if I keep deliberating like this, I'll never get anything done. Okay, of course I'm going to go visit Noelle. Yeah, I could go visit Amy like later, or tomorrow or something. I started in front of that house for the first time in 2 years. It feels almost unreal, like a dream. It's the only thing that reassures me this reality is the anxious beat in my heart, the knot of worry pulled up inside my chest. I want to turn. I want to run, but I know I distracted myself for it. I've come this far already, so I can't turn back. I need to focus my breathing, study my heart, breathe in, breathe out. Look at the house I remember. This is an old village with roots that can be traced back to centuries. The most of the houses here are wooden, long-lasting remnants of an older time constructed almost a century ago. In comparison, Noelle's home is strikingly modern, a large structure with glass windows in the garage. To my younger self, it seemed almost like a palace, a home for a princess. I used to come down this path on my bike every few days when I was young, often with Emily, who we'd watch his home be constructed bit by bit, staring from a distance with wide eyes as they all came together. To me, it seemed like magic, but now, the house doesn't look as grand as I once remembered. It seems smaller, somehow shrunken. It's probably because I've been exposed to so many towering skyscrapers in the city. I don't think that's the only thing, though. Somehow the house looks a little bit like a shell, a fossilized remain. Maybe I'm just being sentimental, but the atmosphere feels a little off. It's cold, there's no warmth here, and in the garden there's a sign. It said that reads quietly, plainly, in large characters, for sale. There's unspoken news with my eyes open wide. The house is for sale? I had no idea. Even never mentioned the city of her letters. Does this mean Noelle's moving? This is what happened? Maybe Noelle's sick, the streets ill. Her parents don't want to stay in a small village like this any longer, so far away from the hospital. Or maybe it's their parents, but something unfortunate happened to them. An accident, and they're in critical care or worse than that. Noelle will have to stay with their distant relatives while her own beautiful home goes to ruin. No, but that's ridiculous. Way too over the top, but then maybe her parents who got married and they're getting divorced, so they're just living in a house. In that case, they're all going to live with their new step-parent. Maybe they're cruel and some wicked step-parents, but if I keep going down this line of thought, I'll end up like a fairy tale. Something simpler that's something more likely that I actually have it in reality and not instead of my overly anxious, melodramatic mind that's wrapped with watching too many TV dramas. My parents probably got a new job. They seem like the most likely option. My grandparents just say more and more people are leaving this village. It's just a small place after all, even if it's very pretty. There just aren't that many jobs here, and driving 40 minutes to work every day is impractical. And yet, even though I know it's foolish, I can't help but worry. Noah was always so quiet, so shy, so reclusive. Even though there were only 33 students in our whole school, she hardly ever spoke a word to anyone other than me. If Noah's parents are moving to a larger town, how will she cope? What will she do? But it's not my place to worry. I scoff at myself, shaking my head. I don't deserve to act so righteous, pretend to be so concerned for Noah's happiness. If I was, I would have told her. I really valued our friendship. I wouldn't have let it fall apart so easily. My legs remained frozen to the spot. I had to exercise a great deal of willpower to get them to move. Feeling as though I could fall over at any moment, I wiped to the front door. I knock on the door and wait. I wait and wait and wait. The seconds go by slowly, agonizingly, like trying to squeeze the very last remnants of a toothpaste out of a tube. When the act of waiting gets my brain and I freaked out and start panicking. I knock on the door again just to give myself something to do. But there's still no response. There's nobody home. No wall isn't there, neither are her parents. Well, they never explain why their car isn't. Drive, no car, no people. I can't hear a single sound. And if I'm a stray bird or alone, some cicada. There's nothing. It really does feel like desolate here. I guess there's a bunch I could do there. I say it's allowed to do to organize my thoughts. It might be easier to do so in words rather than it stiffly confines in my own skull. I'm not sure whether I'm relieved or not when I was at home, but at least it means I don't have to face her for now. This gives me a little more time to prepare myself and figure out what to say. It's difficult though. I don't know if there's anything you can say after I've been in your best friend for 2 years without saying a word or of explanation. Well then, I guess it's no one's an end. I'm taking a pay visit to Emu. I turned away from the house home and we went back to grandparents' house. I know my old bike is still being stored somewhere in their back garden waiting for me to ride on it once more. Yeah, it's probably a flat tire. Okay guys, I'm gonna take a few minute break here guys. We'll be back. Okay guys, I'm back. I just had to get a quick breather. It's taking longer to reach the next town than I thought it would. I'm slumped over the handlebars of my bike like a slab of freshly cut meat. My face is just as red. I pant heavily trying to get my breath back. Sweat bands on my forehead and dripping down the contours of my face at off tip of my nose. This gradual degradation must be what happens when, I don't know, dudes online. I can see what it says. Okay, yeah. When you move to the city. Since everything was also convenient, I stopped walking and cycling everywhere and instead started to rely on the ground, saying that is public transportation. I took the train to and from school. When I wanted to go shopping, I went on the bus. I hardly ever had to walk unless it was to the convenience store, and I was only 3 minutes away. My heart burns. My face is on fire. At least one good thing has come out of all of this. When I blush, my face gets so red that it helps obscure my freckles. I never liked them. I've wondered about wearing makeup to conceal them before, but it might be kind of strange asking my female friends for advice about that. I don't know if they tease me, but, well, even if I wanted to reinvent myself, it's already too late. The people at my new school already know about my freckles, so what's the point? I wouldn't be able to fool them. I'm just the same as I used to be all those years ago, or am I? If that were really true, then why has cycling become such a chore? Could I have changed more than I thought? My legs hurt after that strenuous cycle here. I don't even want to look at my bike, let alone ride it. Unfortunately, I can't just abandon it somewhere along the street. They would be irresponsible if somebody might trip over it. Burdened by my own coat of ethics, I end up towing the rest staying long behind me, holding it by the handlebars. Maybe it wasn't my fault I got so tired. After all, this is an old bike. Perhaps one of the tires is flat or something, and the brakes aren't very good either. It's not my fault. It really, truly isn't. Or at least I don't want it to be. Geez, trying to distract myself from concerns over my physical fitness or a lack of it. I took a look around at my surroundings. Come to think of it, I really should be paying more attention given my willingness along. It's not a wildly vehicle. I don't want to run over any small children. The streets are pretty crowded since it's been a warm day. The whole street is flooded with life. Young men and women strolling along hand in hand. Parents pushing baby strollers. Older men and women shielding from the sun under the bus shelter, laughing over private jokes. Their young children clinging to their parents, dwelling for ice cream. A group of teenage boys with their hands thrust deep into their pockets, sporting backwards baseball caps. A gaggle of girls with fake tans and long fingernails laden down with the shopping bags. Before I look, I can see something happening. Almost everybody seems to be smiling. Is that because of the warm weather? This town really does have everything. Large businesses, buildings with more than 3 floors, a library, a hospital, police station, a church, several shops, and elementary school, middle school, and high school. Not combined into one classroom like the school I'm not combined in one classroom like the school in my old village. There are even ice cream vendors in the streets. A couple of fast food restaurants and a movie theater. Truly, these places at Metropolis. At least that's what I thought when I was little. Littler than I am now. I mean, now I know that isn't really true. This is only a small town with a population of about 30,000. It's not nearly as cosmopolitan as I thought. When you get older, your perspective really does change. The 5-story company buildings that were so impressive were less grandiose now. The Seagull Library, Sally on their stock, the ice cream vendors, nothing special. In bigger cities, you go to buy I don't know how to say this word, creeps, I want to say creeps. Yakisoba, takoyaki in the street. Now where is that cafe again? If I remember correctly, it's just on the street to the left. Go too far away. This is only a small town, of course. So of course it's too far away. The thing is, I feel a little bit worried about my the show. Just have a little hair, a sweaty brow though. I go to see Amy because I guess it will make a very good impression. I bet she'll make fun of me. Should I try to find a public restroom somewhere so I can freshen up? Not so sure. It sounds like too much hard work. If it's Amy, she'll make fun of me no matter what I look like. That's just her thing. If Amy laughs at me, she laughs at me. If you don't think I'll mind. It's how she communicates with people. I think I'm right now. All I want to do is see a friendly face. Coming back here for so long feels stranger, more unsettling than I thought it would. So I finally made it back here, back to this familiar cafe. It's a warm, comfy place made mostly of wood, a small establishment, not very large, with a certain kind of humble charm. And a waitress who comes to greet me. Hello, sir, and welcome to Amu Cafe. Will you be dining alone today? Is there anywhere in particular you'd like to? Oh my god, it's Amu. Her pink hair is messy as ever, 10 drills falling over her ponytail, one hand in her head, but she looks me up and down where her mouth parted slightly. Ah, no way, that's still fair. She's gone over the last couple of years too. I have entertained some often assistant one day overtaking her, being able to rest my elbows on top of her head, just as she always did with me. But of course it didn't work out like that. The best laid plans never do. I didn't grow at all these last 2 years, but Amu, she shot up just like she's a stick of bamboo. She's still taller than me, a lot taller than me actually. How depressing. Amy looks at me in surprise. It takes a few moments until she's able to greet me. And when she does, the words come out of her mouth. Cockroach kid, it's you. Are not exactly flattering. Jeez, Amy laughs at me. I'm sorry, I just can't help it. You're always posting in your list about how you're getting even taller, you're going to catch up to me soon, blah 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 blah. But when I actually met you, used to look like a 12-year-old. You're still the same old cockroach kid I remember. Don't call me that. I'm trying to put that painful chapter of my life behind me. To you, it might be a tragic tale, but to everyone else, it's a comedy. Hey, don't go deriving me so much pleasure from my past failures like that. It's mean. I'm a mean person, that Chan. I thought you knew this already. Emily's stuff is just that I remember. It's a devilish little giggle that sounds incredibly mocking. That laugh, coupled with their smug expression, makes me feel as though nothing's changed between us. If she wanted to, she could still rest her elbows on top of my head and use me as a coaster. I sigh. I still am pretty grateful. If you had swung by, I'd still be stuck working in that crappy cafe until 4. I owe you one, buddy. Laughing at me, claps on me on the shoulder. She uses too much force and it hurts more than she probably intended. I always rubbing my shoulder. I hope that doesn't leave a bruise. You know, you're working as a waitress, though. You're just as violent as ever. Me? Violent? No way. You could have dislocated my shoulder. Sorry, I guess I was just so happy to see you again. I got a little overexcited. Emu giggles, waving one hand as though it's no big deal. Because Emu never takes anything seriously, being with her is always pretty relaxing, which is kind of remarkable given how much she beats me around under the flimsy guise of friendship. Perhaps Emu's easygoing nature comes from living in the countryside, free from their strict rules and regulations, confusing train timetables, and angry people in their business suits holding briefcases. Seriously though, you look dreadful. Are you okay? I looked down at myself consciously, examining my sweat-stained shirt, my red cows, and my trembling hands. Maybe I should try to clean myself up just a little. No, I'm fine. I feel great. That's a lie. Shut down so quickly. You look like you are on the verge of death. What happened? I stared at the floor and mumbled something unintelligible, hoping Amy won't hear it. Of course, it's pathetic that the resistance proves to be completely futile. Smirking like a proud detective, we just cracked a particularly difficult case. She leans forwards, hands leaning together on our lap. We tried to cycle here all by yourself, didn't you? And no, don't be stupid. I helped you shut your bike up outside the cafe, remember? Of course, I remember it only happened half an hour ago, and was always been better at practical stuff like that than I have, too. After several further tips of me fumbling around with the lock and moving to side hands on her hips and shooed me out of the way so she could do it herself. Oh, just I'm taking my back out for a walk. I thought I needed some fresh air. I'm so sure. You see, this is how I think it happened. Do you want to hear? Please impart upon me your knowledge, oh great detective. Well, obviously, you decided to cycle all the way here, thinking it would be no big deal. Acting like he knows all as usual. Hey, and then obviously you forgot just how out of shape you become using that public transportation that they have in this city. Don't make me quoting marks with your fingers when you say public transportation. It's not a conspiracy theory, you know. Neither is the city for that matter. Then you get all tired and out of breath and gross and sweaty, and you realize you're not as healthy as you used to be. Amy surmises with a flourish of one hand and a grin on her face. Is that about right? I pout. How is this girl able to see through me so easily? You guys have the part where I found a giant peach floating down the river with a small child inside. This child got in a fight off abandoned teammates with the help of a talking dog, a monkey, and a pheasant? I think something like that might happen, yeah. I'm sure it did at Chen, the legend of Momotaro, maybe. Gee, you're just as mean as I remember, Amu. And maybe I pushed my hair and my head between her fingers. You're a lot sweatier than I remember you at Chen. Hey, that's not fair. Either it's life, I'm sorry, but you'll have to get used to it. Grr. I get my teeth together and glare at Amy, but it's half-hearted. I'm not really mad. This is just how Emily and I interact. After all these years, I've gotten used to our comedy routine, so I find myself automatically acting as a straight man even, but I'm not bothered by her silly antics. We could sit back in our old routine so comfortably after so long and feel strangely relaxing. Yeah, Jan, what is it? Amy smiling and wince of expression on her face, her other face with more familiarity than I know my own reflection in the mirror. What do you want, Amy? Huh? How do you know I wanted something? Because I know you. Is my face really that easy to read? It really is. It's because I'm a fair maiden. There is an eyebrow. There are many ways you could describe Amy, but the combination of fair and maiden is not one of them. What do you mean? It is because I'm so sweet and gentle. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I'm not a dishonest person, you know. Well, I guess that much is true. But anyway, what are you after? I know you want something. Well, I've been working hard on my Paris Cafe, you know. I know, so I could really use an energy boost right now, if you know what I mean. Like what? Amy goes deviously, pressing her index finger against her lower lip, like a good luck kiss. Huh? I swear I moved my alarm, my eyes so wide I worry they might roll out my skull and on my lap with a plop. What does that mean, kiss? I couldn't. Even though we're friends, I think she's going a little too far. Coo. Oh, I check your face is all red. Of course it is. What else does she expect? Well, if a kiss is too much of a sell for a snack. Food? Okay, that might be slightly more manageable. I just need to get my breathing under control first. Oh, what a pansy. She's pretty cute, so I would have done it. Why not? Yay, ice cream. Amy claps her hands together delightedly, just like a little kid, even though Amy dislikes me so much. She does like ice cream. I felt proud of myself for remembering this. Good job, me. You made the right choice. Look, you out here. Thank you. You're going to pay for me, right? Actually, on a second thought, what are you talking about? You're the one who wants the job, aren't you? With the one with the job, aren't you? That's irrelevant, but you have more money than I do. Then my money doesn't matter. No guy would invite a girl out to ice cream to make her pay for her own share. That's so cheap. Yeah, not taking you on a date or anything. We're just friends. Exactly. We're such good friends that you pay for my ice cream. Well, go on, champ. Please, pretty please. I'll be your best friend. I thought we were already friends. You are, but, better friends. And there's that until exactly. Well, it means I won't make fun of your height for the rest of the trip here. It must have finished your friendship really is something. Okay, we'll buy it for her. As far as might be expected, I caved in. Yay, this is really delicious. Thank you, Chen. It's no problem, and you remember my favorite flavor. I didn't even need to say. Of course I remember. How could I forget? The reason I remember Amy's favorite flavor of ice cream is because we have such an incredible deep bond friendship. It can never be severed, no matter what. It's something as sentimental as that. You're always I remember it's because I always thought her favorite flavor of ice cream was really weird. I mean, green tea, really? That's the kind of ice cream you expect an elegant lady to flavor, not it's so good. Not an Emu. Hey, be careful, you're getting it everywhere. But it's that's part of the fun. You don't talk with your mouth full, that's disgusting. It's just a sort of enjoying it more, Grandma. Not like you who ate the whole cone in 5 minutes. That's because I was being sensible. I didn't want to melt on me. But that's so boring. I want to be sensible. Don't answer her back. Look, you're arguing ice cream all over. Right, come here. I move it all closer until her legs are brushing. Then I take a few paper tissues from my pocket. They're so hard to be prepared and start to dab her face. Amy goes a discontent, pulls her face and I'm relentless. I scrub out her face and so sparkling ice cream no longer smear the cold, gooey mess. It's always been this way between us. Amy is the active one who gets into scrapes, while I hang behind and clean her up, taking care of her cuts and bruises. I think it's because of my close friendship with Amy that I got into the habit of carrying tissues with me to begin with. Killjoy. Amy would pout sticking out of the give her ice cream. I just want you to look presentable. You're not my mom and I'm not going to attend a marriage meeting. You don't need to be so fussy. It's my nature to fuss. If you don't want me to get concerned, you shouldn't act so childish. Amy sticks her tongue out. That's a glob of green ice cream sitting on it, dissolving it slowly. Ew, that's gross. Amy turns her head away and continues eating, taking a few more minutes to finish off her ice cream. This time, however, she's slightly more careful and is able to finish the job without getting dirty again. I almost feel like I should applaud her for that. She probably made quite the effort there. Still, Emily leans back against the bench, staring up at the blue sky, laughing at the small talk and tease around us as always, and yet right now, for some reason, this moment feels strangely special. Intimate, maybe. I forgot how much she used to worry about me and getting so much attention feels kind of nice. You just like being taken care of. Maybe a little. It reminded me of when we were kids. Amy turns around and looks at me with a small smile on her face. You haven't pampered me in so long, not since you came. Is that right? I pause suddenly hesitant. I know she's talking about, of course I do, but I assume Amy wouldn't talk about her. After all, she never mentioned her in her letters. I thought being with Amy would be safe. I wouldn't have to think, and I wouldn't have to remember. I wouldn't have to feel guilty. Let's let her stop talking about it. Hey, what is it? I pause. My hands close to my fist. About my lower lip. I don't really want to talk about that. Is that okay? Oh, I'm sorry. And my sister, I really want to talk. That's something I really want to talk about either. Yeah, let's go. This was fun. Alright, fun. Hey, Chan, are you hungry? Maybe a little. I know just what we're going to do. Follow me. Just what we're going to do turns out to be this. We're sitting together in a small family restaurant situated by the library and the sports center. I used to go here a lot when I was younger, since it was the de facto place my parents would default to when they wanted to take me out for a treat. The interior decor is typical for these kinds of establishments, uniform and nondescript, with beige walls and square tables. This place looks exactly the same as always. Of course, it looks the same silly at Chan. All of these restaurants do. That's true, I suppose. Aren't these their restaurants that seem like this too? Yeah, there are a lot. Isn't this a popular chain? I think so, but still, somehow, I can't help but smile as I look down at the tabletop. The condiments have been arranged just so. There are packets of salt, sugar, and small box. All is to be expected. It's kind of nice coming back here. It makes my memories feel more real somehow. Maybe not sentimental. Maybe it's kind of hard not to be. Now you're just sappy. Maybe that's true too. I think I had a birthday party here once. I don't think kids at our school have birthday parties here at some point or another. Apart from maybe Erie. She's always seen proper places like this. You guys aren't that many restaurants to choose from. Yeah, someday I want to go to a really big fast food restaurant where the floor is all greasy, people behind the counter are sweating and shouting at each other. There are so many customers that they can't even find you a seat. That'd be a thought, so that's to make me shudder. I don't think I like that so much. Isn't this place enough? It'll do, I suppose, but it's not the same. It's like there is as much energy like Banan, you know? Not entirely. Well, it's kind of hard to explain. But this place doesn't have something special. Special? What do you mean? Amy agrees mysteriously, gesturing towards her meal. It's a simple cheeseburger with a minimal amount of salads and fries. Standard fast food, cheap and easy to prepare. Nothing at all like the meals my grandmother makes. I'm sure if my grandmother knew we were here, she'd tut at me. Even though she's a laid-back person, she can get strangely serious about food. Now that I expect it more closely. There's been odd about Amy's meal. Her portion looks a little smaller than mine. It's stuck in the center of her cheeseburger. There's a small green flag. Don't you only get those flags with children's meals? That's right. Amy Beans pushing a small flag with a pointer finger. This place is amazing. If you click all the flags for the kids' meals in a week, you get a burger for free. It's just amazing. So you order the kids' meal just to get the flag. That's right. I never been able to get all the flags before, but this time I'll do it. I'll assemble all of them. Every last one. The victory will be mine. I can practically taste that free cheeseburger from here. Just thinking about it, it's making me drool. Yeah. But you could just buy another cheeseburger with your own money, and if you get a kids meal, you don't get as much food. I don't get any. I don't get it. Emu clicks her tongue against the roof of her mouth. That's not it, Chan. It's not about the profit. It's about the romance. Romance? Yes, you don't understand a girl's heart at all, Chan. It's a suspicious thrill, a narrative. It's the promise that maybe, just maybe, you might be able to get all of the flags if you're super lucky, which makes me so wonderful. It's so wonderful. Yeah, just thinking about it's going to be all pumped up. Now I only need the yellow flag and then my conquest will be complete. I'll get that free cheeseburger no matter what. Watching Emu get excited over something so minor is actually kind of endearing. I can't help but smile at her foolish antics, shaking my head as I do so. Still, I'm curious about something. There is one mystery that has yet to be solved. But you're not a kid. Are you a little too old to order for the child disobeying you? That? Oh, well, Emu giggles. I'm still a child at heart, so it's okay. Emu places her head against her cheeks, bats her lashes at what perhaps is the most, alluring manner. However, again, when there was a streak of ketchup smeared against her lower lip, the effect was slightly ruined. Whew. Hey, thanks, Emu. What are you taking me for? I'm glad we were able to have fun together. Hey, if you keep being so corny, you'll make me blush. Sorry, I'm not trying to be embarrassing or anything. It's just nice being able to see you again. Well, did you miss me, Chan? Yeah, of course I did. You're the one of my best friends. Thank you, Chan. I miss you too. Somehow, despite that smile, the atmosphere between us is kind of heavy. Emma notices this too because she giggles across my cheek with her finger. What? You're blushing, Chan. What? No, I'm not. I protest childishly break away from Amy, turning my hat in my face. But actually, this doesn't stop Amy from laughing at me. Jeez. But hey, Chan, what is it? Are you gonna be with me again? No, something like that. Just wondering, how long are you gonna be staying here? Amy stares at me. Why is her gaze so intense? Her eyes really are very, very great and piercing. I'm only gonna be here for 2 more days. I leave on Thursday evening at 7 p.m. Huh? Just 2 days then. Well, ow. Because I was suspecting that my shopping pain goes unchecked. It's far too loud. People turn to give me curious stares. Are they worried I'm being assaulted? No, I feel like telling them, don't be alarmed. My life is in danger. Although that might be debatable. It's just aiming my childhood friend beating my back so hard my spine might break. Of course I didn't say that. I don't really like talking to strangers. Neither do I like being stared at by them. Amy, by contrast, doesn't seem to care at all. In fact, I think she relishes it. Well then, you'll simply have to make this trip one, remember, right? Do your best. Her voice is so loud it makes more people stare. Right. Of course. So, Chan, huh? What is it? How are you getting home? What do you want to know? Are you planning on stalking me? Of course not. Silly, I already know where you live. If I wanted to stalk you, I could just go ahead and do it. You know, that doesn't make you feel any better. My dad's going to drive me back to the village for some cafe closes. Do you want to get a lift too? Well, I don't know. My bike maybe won't fit. My dad's car's pretty big, just like his mouth. There'll be enough room in the back, don't worry. However, I'm sure Sister Miss Humphrey might be rude and refuse, but I do find our dad ever so slightly terrified, and I'm sure there'll be lots of awkward questions. Questions I'd rather avoid. Yeah, let's go with her. Why not? Ooh, looks like he's an import car. Well, import for Japan, I guess, but whatever. So I end up getting a lift home with Amy's dad, although I know very little about cars. I know enough to realize this car is pretty old. The interior smells funny and the seats look worn and frayed. It doesn't help that Amy's dad seems to be driving too quickly as the cars speed along down the countryside roads. Down the country roads, rather. I feel myself being jerked about in the back seat, my body shaking like a pinball. Sitting in the front of the car beside her father, Amy complains bitterly, her arms folded. This car's such a piece of junk. Why don't you get a new one, Dad? Because times are hard, sweetheart. Times are hard. We're gonna make every penny count. If that's the case, maybe you shouldn't be driving so quickly. Nonsense. Driving fast is part of being the man. It makes me feel young again. Besides, I've been with Yukiko for almost 20 years now. She can handle it. She's a reliable kind of woman. Yukiko? Dad calls the car Yukiko. It's his thing. That's right. I could never part with her. She's like the wife I never had. You do have a wife, though. You're married to her. And we said last stopping the steering wheel of the car and Gucci and my hands are so large I'm worried might split the wheel into two. Too true. Your mother's a good woman, dear, but she isn't quite the same as old Yuki here. A man in his car, they have a special bond, you see. Sometimes the bond is even tighter than the bond between a man and his wife. Anyway, my boy, yes, I'll tell you a story, an exciting tale, a story about man for a man. Actually, you'll get your blood pumping. Oh, jeez, even though I can see her face, I'm sure Amy's rolling her eyes. I keep trying to tell him here, but she just doesn't get it. She's the other man, I guess. Is it like think like one, even though she acts like one? Come on, Dad, cut that out. It's annoying. Well, haha, now, dear. Some people are interested in stories like this. So, I'll tell you a tale. It's all about man and a trout. So, Mr. Jogasaki launches into a very long, very detailed, very boring, and very loud rendition of his heroic fishing feats. I sink lower and lower in the sea the whole while muttering things like I see and how interested, so he knows I'm listening, but I don't think he'd even care even if I wasn't. It's clear Mr. Jogasaki is interested in having a conversation. He's supposed to somebody to talk at and boast to. Now that I'm in his car, trapped with no means of escape, I had no choice but to listen. So, lad, do you know how large that fish was? Well, do you? I don't know how big the fish you caught was. I couldn't possibly imagine, sir. Well, haha, there's no need to be so polite. There's no need to call me sir. Plain old Kintaro will do. Oh, yes, of course. But I still don't call Mr. Jogasaki that. It would seem wrong somehow, given he's such a towering figure. It'd be like calling him a mountain, a molehill. So about that fish, it was a truck, a big one. We rolls our eyes. Dad, you have to. You told me the story about a million times already. No, we don't exaggerate. It's more like 5 or 6, maybe 7 out of push. But I'm not more prideful. Being prideful, I'm not being arrogant. I'm simply sharing a daring and exciting story. That's all. You've got to admit, it's darn exciting. Wow. You wouldn't understand it if it's just a man's world. The only man like me that is young and lad here can understand it. You know what I mean? Wow. I'm wondering how Mom even puts up with you. Wow. So I spent the entirety of the awkward car journey being shut up by Mr. Jogasaki as he tells me the darn exciting story of his various fishing exploits. Whew. Damn, 46 minutes already. Holy hell. It doesn't feel like it. When I get back, it's already starting to get late. I talked to grandparents for a while to sit down for another family meal. Grandmother really is pulling now all the stops now that I'm back with them. The meals aren't exactly extravagant or complicated, but the quantity of food is really ridiculous. They better tell her I was particularly gluttonous before I came back here. Maybe she's playing a practical joke on me, trying to pay me back by the time I accidentally overwatered her beloved garden. As I hope you like it, dear. Miss Tachibana brought over those spring onions. She grew them in her own garden. Miss Tachibana, I remember her. She used to be my teacher, the only teacher in the whole school. That's my grandmother that talks funny of our neighbors or something for the color rising to my cheeks. It's kind of embarrassing, but when I was younger, I kind of started remembering a lot of it. A tiny crush on her. I put the red face staring down resolutely at the floor, noticing my discomfort. My grandmother laughs. Or whatever she knows. Even though I never told her about my childhood crush, I wouldn't put it past her. That woman knows everything. Come on, dear, eat up. Let's put some more meat on those bones. Thanks, but I saw it. I'm not really hungry. That might be the case, dear, but this is for your own good. If you eat my delicious, rejuvenating food, you'll never grow old. That's how I've maintained my good looks over the years. And besides, she smells at me confidently. If you eat a lot, you'll become even handsomer, and then you'll have all the girls chasing after you. Your grandma, I'm too young to think of that kind of thing. A likely story. I got married to Chio here when she was only 17. I haven't regretted it since. Too young indeed. But I'm not even 17 yet, so that's still too early. It's never too early to start playing ahead. The early bird catches the worm. I don't know if I should think about girls as worms. And if I don't think you should start counting your chickens before they've hatched either. Yes, you just have to do your best. Your grandma will be rooting for you. I appreciate the sentiment, but rooting for me and what? Well, that's a woman's hopes to live to see the birth of some cute great-grandchildren one day, Great-grandchildren, yes. I've started some little socks already. It's the length that keeps me going. It'd be nice to have a little person around here, kid. You're getting so old already. I'm not old. I can't even drink yet. You're not as cute as you used to be. Hey, it would use up far too much rule if you try to use socks. If you try to use socks now at your age, frail old lady such as myself might keel over before she can finish a single pair. I'm not sure if I should describe my grandmother as frail, even though she's around 80. She's as energetic as a small child passing notes in Euclid class. For Chio's sake, you'll have to do your best, lad. Wow. But the old people like to tease their grandchildren so much about marriage. Are they really so starved for jobs they have to do something that cruel? Why can't they just watch TV soap operas like everybody else? Some of them are really good. It just isn't fair at all. The fresh air feels good. I breathe it deeply, although it sounds cliche, the air in the country really does feel more refreshing than the air in the city. Maybe that's why my grandparents talk like children, honestly teaching me like that. It's dark outside. I think it must be around 8 or 9. I'm not entirely sure. There are no large roads that run through this small village as such as the Eco Street maps. That means when it starts to get dark here, it's really dark. The only thing is unsafe to wander around at night, the only visibility coming from the moon. But it isn't really true, because so few people live here, everybody knows everyone else. The environment is safe. I don't feel any particular worry. In actuality, I was really more concerned just sitting in the living room with my grandparents being teased about great grandchildren, tiny knitted socks, and tiny newborn feet. I shuddered. I know my grandparents got married when they were only 17, but I can't imagine starting a family that young. I do have my friends in the city, so I keep my own unit, but I wouldn't consider marrying them. The thought that hasn't even crossed my mind. Well, partly I'm sure none of them would want to marry me either. I can't think of anything particularly attractive about me that would make me go into girls. And I'd be more surprised than anything else if one of my friends did decide to confess to me. In fact, I probably assume it was also kind of a joke. That they're saying we don't like her a lot. I've always have done. We've known each other ever since we were little. But thinking about that seems kind of strange. It is true I like her, but I've known her for too long. She seems like a sister to me. I'm sure if anyone knows seriously considering me in a relationship with her, she just laughed in her face. And then there's Noel. No way. But the moment I think of this, I start feeling guilty. I had to reprimand myself verbally, shaking my head at my own thoughts. It is true that Noel was my closest friend for a very long period of time, but that is something I don't want to think about. After being almost amusing, trying to force my brain to think about something less embarrassing than potential wives, I come to think with my senses. I realized without being really conscious of my own actions that I've ended up here. I've arrived at a small wooden building separated from the rest of the village by fields and trees. It's a worn, ramshackle structure that stands all alone, assuming the creek and moan in the wind. It's the school, the only school in the village. Middle school, elementary, middle, and high school combined. In the gathering dark, with the pale moon beginning to rise, the buildings looked like something from a ghost story, eerie, sinister. I shiver, a cold wind sticking my spine through my jacket. I didn't notice it before, but it's getting pretty chilly. Maybe that's why I can't hear the cicadas. It's too cold for them, so they're all hiding. It makes the atmosphere feel strangely melancholy, as though some of the vitals are messy. I don't really like being here. It's making me feel uneasy. I want to go back. I turn around ready to restrict my steps away, and I hear it. It's a faint creaking sound carried over some distance. If I were in a horror movie, this would be the noise of a single lion pinning demise at the hands of some apparition from hell. However, even though I easily started, I knew no better than that. Although I don't like ghost stories, I'm sensible enough not to believe in them, even though as a child I did check my wardrobe for monsters or anything before I went to bed. It is a completely alien noise. In fact, I recognize it. When I was younger, it was a sound I heard a lot. It was the sound of a swing. To be more precise, it's the sound of an old, rusty swing situated in a small playground around the back of the school. That playground overgrown grass flowers was where I used to play during break time on my school. Even though it was only contained a few swings of slide, it still had fun. I still found it fun because there was a little playground equipment. A lot of the bigger children would get there first, shoving the younger ones out the way. I remember during that time when the 12-year-old Amy was remorseless, she would shout at the older kids and threatened to hit them, so they ran away in fear. That way the younger children could play. I think the little kids saw me as some kind of hero because of her exploits. It really does take me back. But who was playing on those swings that night? I bet she's one of the kids from the village, so they could be too young, or else they wouldn't be allowed out by themselves. Even though this village is relatively safe, no parent wants their child out by themselves in the cold. Not this time. So who could it be? I'm curious. Suddenly, I walk around the back of the school building and I take a great care when I place my feet, try not to make any noise. I don't know why, but I felt kind of excited and also a little bit scared. My heart pounds into my chest, but my thoughts tick over quickly, running through a list of possibilities. Maybe it is a ghost after all, the ghost of a young child playing on the swing in the middle of the night under the full moon. Yeah, right, as if I believe it's something like that. As people with their small park quietly, the wind wrestles through the long grass surrounding trees. And now, boost overhead, I walk closer and closer and closer, and then my breath catches in my throat. Oh shit, it's her. On a rusty swing, moving back and forth towards the air, I see her. A figure with pale skin shining out of the moonlight. She's wearing a white dress, sleeveless, far too exposing for this weather. Surely. Her arms are long and slender, even at a distance they look too thin, worryingly so, as though they could snap into with the slightest bit of pressure. Her white skirts billow out around her bare legs. Her hair flutters around her shoulders, caught in that wind as she moves back and forth. With each movement I could hear the sound of the old swing set creaking in protest, an eerie kind of wall mixed with the sound of the wind. She really does look like a ghost, dressed entirely in white with pale hair and pale skin. One could be forgiven for letting out a cry of alarm, taking an involuntary step backwards. Out of fear, their hearts stop in their chest, eyes widening in surprise. A ghost girl playing on the swings in darkness under the full moon, an aesthetic experience that make for a beautiful photograph or frightening campfire story. But I know it isn't true. There's no ghost. Even at distance, even after 2 years, I know her. Recognize her face almost as quickly as I could recognize Moan in the mirror. It's Noelle. I don't think she's seen me. She's still swinging back and forth like a metronome. Should I go up to her? But what should I say? It's been 2 years, 2 whole years. That's a long time. Will she forgive me? Do I deserve to be forgiven? Is she angry? Is she upset? Do I feel betrayed? Or worst of all, does she feel indifferent? Does she no longer care for me at all? She certainly won't be the same girl who used to have in my back, clinging to my shirt. Too much time has passed. But she's still Noelle. She's still my best friend. No matter how much time passes, that will never change, right? But if that's really true, then why is my heart pounding so hard? Let's approach her. Let's just do it. Why not? She's already here. Hey, what are you even thinking? As if you could just turn around and leave now. I mutter this under my breath, speaking her straight, so I'm trying to chastise myself. I can't turn around and leave. Not now. I know this, even though I still feel nervous. But I can't let that worry get the better of me. I've been worrying about this far for too long. I need to move forward. The sounds of my footsteps weak and hesitant mingle with the sound of the swinging and creaking in the breeze. My heart feels heavy as though it's made of lead dragging my body down. But I don't succumb. I can't. If I gave up now, then what would she think? She'd probably hate me more than she already does. I can't afford to let her down. Not again. I don't want her to betray her expectations. With this time I enter the park, it's eerie, lit only by the light of the moon. I've only ever been here during the day before. Although I've been friendly, I know these friendly, familiar surroundings ever since I was little. They seem strange now. Foreboding, almost like an alternate reality. I make my way over to the rusty old swing set. I sit down on a spare swing beside Noelle. By this point, she must have seen me. There's no way she could, but she doesn't say anything. She just continues to swing back and forth, back and forth. Her eyes look misty and far away. Her pale hair shimmers in the moonlight. I can't help but think even now she must be some kind of mirage. It's all a dream. If I were to reach out and touch her, I feel as though my fingertips will poke right through her out the other side. In that case, if it's a dream, it doesn't matter what I say. Summoning my courage, even though my heart is beating so fast, it says warn her if it does leap out my mouth, I start to talk. After 2 years, I introduce myself anew. Hey, Noelle, it's me. Always just quiet, but she still hears me. Seeming to step out of her chair, she turns her head onto one side ever so slightly. Her eyes meet mine. They're so large, light blue and lined with long lashes. She doesn't look surprised. Her expression doesn't flicker. It says she really nods, a very slight acknowledgement as though I'm an old acquaintance. An utterly meaningless person, but at least she stops swinging. Her motions come to a halt. The grunting, creaking noise dies down and is swallowed by the silence of the night, the sound of the wind. Somehow, without that noise, the atmosphere starts to feel even more tense. Although I found that sound grating now, I almost wish I had it back. That Noelle was still swinging. The rapid thud of my heartbeat wouldn't sound so stupidly loud. Noelle? I venture again, my voice shaking. In response, she nods her head. It's really you? She gives me another nod. It's a very slight motion, one that could be easily missed, but I catch it out of the corner of my eye. Noelle was always like this, quiet. Do you recognize me? At Chen? Her voice is soft. She doesn't use my real name. Instead, it's that nickname, the one Amu quoted for me in childhood, which stuck ever since. Somehow it feels very nostalgic and very warm. Yeah, it's me. At Chen, you came back? Just for a little bit while, but I came, just for a little while, but I came back. I was still thinking of you the whole time. No, I missed you. At Chen. No, looks at me with her large, light blue eyes. Some people say that her intense gaze is disturbing, but I never thought that. So silence encircles us. It takes no short while to piece together her thoughts and feelings. That's hardly surprising. It has been a long time since we last saw each other. A small smile, barely visible, begins to bloom on her lips. At Chen, welcome home. The two of us sit there for a while, neither saying a word. The cold wind brushes against my skin, making me shudder. It takes me a while before I can find no words, judging them up and out of my head into my mouth. There are words I should have said long ago. No, I'm sorry. Why are you sorry? I don't understand. You don't? No, then you're not angry at me? Why should I be angry? Because I went because I left you. You were so important to me, but I still left. I know, but I'm not angry. Really? Yeah. Is it your fault that your parents moved away? Why should I blame you for that? Because even though we were always so close, I was scared and worried you would be upset. I didn't want to hurt you. I was a coward. I was weak, and I never told you. That's right. I felt so guilty. It was because of that. I never told my best friend I was leaving. One day I was there eating lunch with her at school, doing our homework together. The next day I was gone. I told everyone else, but the one person I didn't tell was the one person who would care the most, and I was all because I was a coward. I was a coward, far too afraid to see her unhappy. Too afraid to break the bad news. I really am the worst. That you feel betrayed, and everybody has to change at some point. Nothing stays the same forever. But you were angry, right? Weren't you angry? No, tilts her head to one side. Let's part it in a small O. Do you want me to be? Of course not, but I won't be. I don't like being angry. It doesn't ever change anything. It only makes me more difficult. It's a pointless emotion. But whether it's a point or not, I think that after what I did to you, you have the right to feel just a little bit angry. Maybe I did feel a little bit sad, but not angry. Sad, and as our fun times came to an end so quickly, it was upsetting. I'm sorry I didn't want to make you sad. It's alright, I'm not sad anymore. Why not? Cold breeze runs through the park and we shattered. The hem of the Noel skirt ripples like the ocean waves. She always did dress in white, didn't she? Because you came back. You came back to me and said sorry. So there's no reason to be sad, not anymore. And those words don't all smiles at me. It's a gentle smile devoid of malice. The two of us sit together for a while in companionable silence under the moon. The rusty equipment of the Soul Park is bathed under the silver light from the moon, making the mundane look eerie and haunting. This really does feel like some kind of fantasy. This sharp feeling I'm at all against my bare finger helps to keep me grounded. The cold burrows into my flesh, making my fingers spasm. Are you cold? Not really. You sure you don't want my jacket? I'm sure. But you're wearing a sleeveless dress. That can't be comfortable, can it? I'm used to it. People can get used to a lot of things. Yeah, I guess that's true. I didn't move to the city after all. I don't think I like to live in a city. I don't know if you'd say that if you came to the convenience stores out there. You can buy almost anything you want all around the clock. Isn't that amazing? Anything? Yeah, anything. Even those Jello drinks you like so much. Jello, do they have all kinds of different flavors? Yeah, all different kinds. They're big convenience stores, you know. Really? They're really? Well, is it on lie? Why would I lie about something so trivial? No, leans forward on the sea of her swing. As creaks as she does so, there's a strangely happy expression on her face, one I never usually see. Even her cheeks looks a little flushed. Is there even strawberry Jello? Of course there is. It's a common flavor. And melon? Yes. Wow, and a grapefruit and kiwi and apple and melon and grape and lychee and bean paste and blueberry and coffee and pineapple and passion fruit, lemon and plum. I think I didn't hear every single word it said, but probably. Again, despite my lackluster reply, no one seemed satisfied. With that dreamy sigh, she smiles brightly. Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, convenience stores really are amazing. If you live in a city, you don't need to walk 40 minutes to the next town just to get some Jello. What an age we're living in. It really is a convenient, hence the term convenience stores. But that's no good. It's no good at all. Huh? I thought you were excited about all the Jello. I'm excited about the Jello. All girls love Jello. I don't know if that's true, but I don't interrupt. But if the store that sells Jello is only a few minutes away, buying it wouldn't be as much fun. Fun? Yeah. You try to walk along, way to buy something you feel like you tried hard, so it's okay to reward yourself, or reward your effort with a treat. But if your goal is only 5 minutes away because you can buy a glove of Jello whenever you want it, it would feel less special. Less special, huh? Yes. Things that have the most worth if you can't have them all the time whenever you want them, makes you appreciate them more. I'm surprised that you say that considering how much you love that Jello. But it is precisely because I love Jello that I don't eat it every day. It's so it continues to feel special. Special, that's a nice way of seeing it. Yes, just like our meetings right here, it's also special. It might be more special than all of our other meetings put together. But we don't have spoken anything important. It doesn't matter because it's been such a long time. It's special. But even if you say that I'm leaving in 2 days, we're not going to have much time to be together. I expect Noel to be upset by the scene since it's our first reunion after 2 years, and I don't know when I'll be able to see her next. Should that make her sad? It definitely makes me sad. However, Noel's reply is strange. Isn't that what I expected it out? After all, 2 days is still enough. It's plenty, huh? I mean, the fact that our time together is short, and we could feel sad about it, we could get angry, we could cry, but that wouldn't create happy memories. To be happy, we should recognize that it's precisely because our time together is short. That is because it becomes even more precious. I'll listen to Noel's voice later and wash over me like a wave. I think I'm starting to understand. She's doing her best to find happiness in unhappy circumstances. With her way of thinking, she's able to take anything. She's able to take things that should be sad and regard them in such a way that it brings her joy instead. She really is a strong person, isn't she? She's far stronger than I am. Do you understand what I mean? It might be a little too complicated, maybe. No, I think I get it. It's like the Jello thing, right? If you can eat the Jello all the time, you can take it for granted. But if you only have it every once in a while, it tastes even more delicious. That's right, and that's exactly right. Even though it's sad when he left, maybe it was for the best. The best? Yes. That's because it stopped me from taking you for granted. It made me realize just how much you mean to me. Noel says it simply without a trace of embarrassment. She's never been the type of person to get embarrassed. She just states what she thinks. On the other hand, start to go red. I want to reply to her honest feelings. I want to tell Noel her friendship, or rather her presence, her existence means a lot to me. That might be a little too forward, though. Maybe no, or read too much into it, or maybe I'm the one reading too much into it. I don't know. You really mean a lot to me too. Yeah, let's go with that one. You maybe not mean it earnestly. I can't help but blush as I say such an embarrassing line. Let me stop cut up for flattering ladies. I'm not thin like my grandfather when he was young. Even though we're related, our blood is completely dissimilar. I guess I won't be honoring my grandparents' request for great grandchildren anytime soon. Hehehe. What are you thinking about that, Shane? I blink at my Noel and I blink at Noel in alarm, my mouth flapping open like a fish. It's fairly rare for Noel to laugh, so the fact she started giggling must mean I look exceptionally stupid. Your face has gone a strange color. I'm curious. It's nothing really. Are you sure? I'm sure. I just feel a little hot. But weren't you saying they were too cold earlier? I'm mysterious. Yes, it really is mysterious. Life is full of surprises. Noel continues to giggle to herself. Even though the source of her laughter is my own stupidity, I'm not unhappy about it. Seeing her all laugh like this with that genuine smile on her face makes me happy too. It takes Noel a few moments to get her giggles under control. Once they subsided, she started to look a little guilty and an earnest expression on her face. She looks like a little kid who's just been scolded. Oh, I'm sorry. Was I being mean? No, it's okay. It wasn't mean. It seems kind of mean since you were being so kind to me. And it's nothing really. You always been kind to me from the moment I met you. That matters a lot to me. It does. My face starts to flush out again. My cheeks burned. At least it's one way to keep it warm in this cold weather. But thank you, Jen. Even though it's rude enough that you really am glad to see that you like me. Surely it makes me feel happy. I start to stammer. I think in this kind of situation it'd look good if I said something cool like "Don't worry about it, darling," or "It's fine, baby doll." But that sounds too sleazy. The mere thought of something like that so embarrassing. I think my head might explode. Well, I'm sorry. I'm not very good at this, and I'm not cool enough to receive compliments so easily. One odd thing to say. You're funny, Chan. I wasn't trying to be funny. Don't worry. I like to uncool you the most. It suits you. That's just the way you are. Oh, thank you. I am. Oh, wait, what? She just make fun of me. I'm not really that uncool, am I? It's not a bad thing to be uncool. It's part of your identity. It's who you are. You know, smiles at me with the sweetness of a slice of angel cake, but beyond that expression, there's something else that looks so pretty deep down inside underneath all that artfully applied icing in the cake. It started to go stale. She sees it me as that she being made fun of by somebody wearing such a pure and beautiful expression is pretty depressing. I've been completely defeated. Was that KO? Yes. It was a real ring out with only 10 seconds left on the clock. I was that strong. You really were. It was a powerful technique. Completely unparalleled. Yay. You demon. Hee hee. Now giggles, her smiling face bathed under the milky light of the moon. Despite our rekindled closeness, I still feel anxious. I'm full of nervous energy. I don't know what to do with it. It feels my feet start tapping against the floor, my grip tightening around the cold metallic chains that support the swing. Inadvertently, I remember Noel's home from earlier when I went to visit. I remember the darkened windows, the gloomy atmosphere, the forest sail sung in the front garden. What's going to happen, Noel? Hey, Jen. Noel's voice still carries through the wind, drowning me out my thoughts. Jen, are you alright? Yeah, I'm okay. I was just thinking. What were you thinking about? You look sad. I'm not sad. I'm just confused. Confused, but why? It's just, I went to try to visit your house earlier today, and, you did? I didn't see you. I know. You weren't in it. Your parents' car was in the driveway. Oh, yes, there might have been something like that. And I noticed in your garden there was a sign saying houses for sale. Yes, there might be also something like that. Her voice trails off. Well, she didn't elaborate. Is this something she doesn't want to discuss? If that's the case, maybe I should drop it. Talk about something else. Anything else. What else? But I just had to get up in my mouth. Unexpectedly, Noel starts talking. She speaks to the rest. I'll use typical measured tones I so often associate with her. It's like she's trying to say something quickly. It's something painful. My parents don't like living here very much. Even though you have such a large house, they thought it would be nice to live in the countryside, peaceful, but I think they're quite impatient people. That doesn't surprise me. I've always found Noel's mother with her pristine white blouses and brisk attitude a little scary. So you're leaving? Noel picks a loose thread in her dress. I suppose so. Do you know when? Maybe when the house gets sold, or maybe not. Maybe it might not get sold. My grandparents said new people aren't interested in moving here. Noel nods briefly. The expression on her face suddenly seems so despondent, almost entirely devoid of life. We need to say something. How can I cheer her up? Let's don't far any further. Ultimately, I decided it would be rude to keep asking questions. It's clear she doesn't want to reply. This seems to be a painful topic for her, and I don't want to poke around inside the wound too deeply. Besides, when I left this village, I never told her I was moving. I didn't have the courage. I got Amy to tell her 4-minute drive already gone, even though these two had never been that close. And Noel doesn't want to tell me the details of her own departure. That's fine. It would be hypocritical of me to complain. I don't know right to complain, no right at all. And so instead I remain silent. I don't say a word. I don't know if I can. Or my silence steals over us like a shroud. All I can hear is the sound of the wind through the trees. Wonder how long I've been out here sitting on the swing with Noelle. It must have been quite a while by now. My fingers have gotten so cold I can hardly feel them. How can Noelle be comfortable sitting out here like this wearing that dress? I don't understand. She's always been a mysterious person. Hey, Aunt Chen. What is it? I was thinking, you're only going to be here for 2 more days. Do you want to see me tomorrow? Look at Noelle. She looks back at me. Just what is she thinking? What about Amy? 2 days is a very long hour. I told Amy to spend more time with her. But when Noelle looks at me like that, with those large eyes, I feel like I would be too cruel to refuse her. I am giving a vague, non-committal reply. I still have a minute to say a simple yes or no. I don't upset anybody. I've always been indecisive like this. It's why I get to difficult situations. Saki's scolded me about it enough times. If you don't want to do something, just say no. It's not going to kill you, you know. That's what she always says anyways. I should try to be stronger. One day I'm sure I'll manage it. But right now, Chen, now, it's not that time. Wait, did not get a pick. Wow. I'll lie my... Well, so I guess, are we going to hang out? We're not going to hang out. What's going on? I guess we'll have to find out. I lie my food on my grandparents' home just as I did the night before. Damnly, I feel a vague sense of guilt creeping over me, so I guess we didn't give my buyer gift that she got me to call her. Well, I haven't done either. I guess I got so caught up returned to my old home I haven't had enough time to think about my new one. Oh well, it's just like you'll forget me. I'll be going back in a couple of days anyway, so it's not like we'll be parted for too long. Not like Amy and Noelle. I haven't seen those two in 2 years. Noelle, it was nice seeing Noelle again, even though it was a complete surprise. I was a little nervous at first, but I didn't want to see her tomorrow. How about Amy? I've only had 2 days left. This is a very long and all. Noelle or Amy, do I need to make a choice? Okay guys, I will be ending the video here. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next video.